What's up, Danger?
This is Saul Canelo Alvarez.
What's up, Danger?
This is Terrence Bud Crawford.
What's up, Danger?
They are the two best boxers in the world. Growing up, fighting became their life's work to turn dreams into destiny.
What's up, Danger?
All hail King Canelo! One of the all-time greats. But Terrence Crawford is one of the best on planet Earth.
How many fighters have ever been called the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world? These are two of them, and they're gonna fight.
When two of the greats both claim to be the greatest, there's only one way to find out.
What's up, Danger?
On September 13th, the moment arrives.
Can't stop me now!
Canelo versus Crawford, a true super fight that only comes along once in a lifetime.
What's up, Danger?
All right, party people, welcome to the T-Mobile Arena for the Canelo Crawford press conference. Before our pound-for-pound headliners trade punches, though, in the main event fight, 9 fights set the table for this once-in-a-lifetime event. It all goes down Saturday night, Allegiant Stadium. So, kicking things off in the super middleweight division, where, of course, Crawford and Canelo will meet for Canelo's undisputed title. Taking this fight on 6 days' notice, but he's done this before and scored an upset against Muhammad Ali's grandson. From St. Paul, Minnesota, Sona Slim Proper Akale. There he is. His opponent was the first Mexican boxer to win at least an Olympic silver medal in over 4 decades. That's hard to believe when you think about boxing out of Mexico. From Mazatlan, Sinaloa, Mexico, Marco Verde. Next, it's a 10-round light heavyweight showdown. He's had over 200 amateur fights in his native Cuba. Pinar del Rio with a record of 12-4, 6 KOs. Raico El Coronio Santana. His opponent, he's a training partner of tonight's main event fighter, Terrence Crawford, and is a U.S. Army veteran with a record of 20-1 with 16 knockouts, Steven So Cold Nelson. A 4-round super lightweight bout, looking for his first professional win after scoring a draw in his professional debut. From Lauderhill, Florida, Martin Sweet Science Carabello, the 4th. across the ring from him tomorrow night, making history as the youngest boxer from the Eastern Hemisphere to fight in a U.S. ring, making his professional debut out of Riyadh in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Sultan El Nino Al Mohammed. Then in a 6-round super featherweight bout, he's 2-0 against undefeated fighters already, by the way. From Dallas, Texas, Javier Martinez. His opponent is a Ring Magazine ambassador and highly touted prospect from Japan. We last saw him in Times Square, New York City, Reito Tsutsumi. It's a really interesting heavyweight fight, a 10-rounder. He went the distance against Anthony Joshua without ever going down. A record of 23-2 with some old school skills. The 9'8" assassin, Jermaine Franklin Jr. His undefeated opponent hails from Kazakhstan, is a 2-time Olympic bronze medalist who himself boxed Anthony Joshua to a close loss in the Olympics. He's 15-0 with 14 knockouts. Ivan Ditchko. Then it's a 10-round middleweight rematch, 4 years in the making. He was behind on the scorecards when he landed. It looked like a little left hook on the inside at first, but then ended it with a big left hook. Scored an improbable 8th-round knockout in their March 2021 fight, looking to repeat the feat, Brandon Cannon Adams. This is a guy who knows how to show up to a press conference. His opponent is obviously looking to avenge the first professional defeat of his career. He's been in some great fights since then. He's ranked number 6 by Ring Magazine at super welterweight, with a record of 26-2 with 24 knockouts. From Ukraine, Sergey El Flaco Boashuk. Next, it is on to the main card, which starts, everybody, 9 p.m. Eastern. It's a 10-round lightweight bout. He has announced this will be his last fight as he's enlisted in Army basic training. Travis Kid Corpus Crawford. His opponent entering his first fight outside his native Saudi Arabia with a record of 5-0, mighty Mohamed Alakel. Then it's a 10-round super middleweight bout. He's hoping to one day be the first world boxing champion from Guatemala with a record of 19-0 with 16 knockouts. Been giving Terence Crawford work getting ready for Canelo, Lester Martinez. You're not going to want to miss this one, folks, because facing Lester Martinez is a fellow knockout puncher, also a former 2016 Olympian who represented France. 24 knockouts among his 29 wins against no losses. He's the #1 ranked super middleweight contender, Christian Mbili. And then it's our co-main event in a 10-round super middleweight fight. First with a perfect record, 17-0 with 15 knockouts. He hails from right here in Las Vegas, Nevada. He's the son, of course, of former world champion Fernando Vargas. It's Fernando Vargas Jr. His opponent has headlined in Dublin, Ireland, and at the theater at Madison Square Garden already. In a 14-fight career, he's 14-0 from Cork, Ireland, King Callum Walsh. And with all of the undercard fighters here on stage now, let's start the press conference. We're going to be taking questions from the media. Who is first? I don't see. Anyone got a question for the fighters? By my math, 9 fighters. If that's 18 people, you could ask questions.
My first question is for Brandon Adams. Brandon, I wanted to get your logic behind the wig that you're wearing right now and explain it to all the fans.
Well, I was told I've aged. I was told Sergey Boychik said that I've aged a whole lot, so I figured I'd wear this wig. You know what I'm saying? To show him that old man can still do it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do our thing. And we look good.
Hi, Omar Pérez Campos para Izquierdazo, para Marco Verde. Marco, ahora estás en este gran escenario, ya estuviste en Arabia, pero es la primera vez que estarás en Las Vegas. ¿Empiezas a sentir más presión de tener que ser una especie de sucesor a futuro del Canelo?
Marco, this is the first time you're in this big stage. You have been in Saudi Arabia before, but this certainly seems bigger. Is now more pressure to be the next one after Canelo?
Pues muy contento y muy feliz de estar aquí. Agradecer a Eddie por esta gran oportunidad. Y pues creo que estoy listo para cualquier obstáculo y feliz de esta gran oportunidad.
Very happy to be here, very happy with the opportunity. I'd like to thank Eddie for this opportunity, and I'm ready for any challenge and ready to tackle it.
My last question is for Christian Mabili. Christian, you have that aggressive style that a lot of fans like to see as a knockout artist. Where do you see yourself going forward for this new era that we have coming in boxing? How do you see your style fitting in with that?
Right now, I think I am one of the best on the division, and I'm going to show on Saturday that I'm the next challenger of the champion.
Hey, how's it going? I have a question for both Caleb and Vargas. How does it feel to be part of the first boxing match ever at Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas?
Want to go first, Fernando?
It feels good. You know, it's an honor to have my Mexican-American fans here. You hear them in the present. They're the most passionate fans. And then Vargas fans, forget it. It's unbelievable privilege and a great experience. Canelo, Crawford. It's definitely an honor, so we're looking to put on a show.
Alan?
Yeah, you know, same thing. It's an honor to be here. You know, the Irish love to fight, the Mexicans love to fight, and me and Fernando, we're going to put on a show for the people. You know, this is rare that you see this happen in boxing. You know, two young fighters putting their records on the line, and I think it needs to happen more, and we're going to put on a show.
The old somebody's O must go. Next.
Hi, this is Adriana Noriega with Fox Deportes and ABN Sports. My question is for Lester Martinez. Training with Terence Crawford, being in Canelo's weight, do you feel that this is a stepping point to potentially be able to face the Mexican champ?
Una pregunta ahora para Lester. Lester, o sea, estar en el mismo peso de ellos, o sea, ¿crees que esa es la oportunidad de ser un próximo campeón a la división?
Bueno, esta es una gran oportunidad que la voy a aprovechar al máximo y espero que todos estén listos para ver a Lester Martínez este 13 de septiembre porque lo vamos a lograr. Y bueno, ellos dos están en mi categoría también y trabajo es trabajo y vamos a darle con el que sea.
This is a great opportunity. I hope everybody's ready on the 13th September because we're going to go for it, we're going to get it, and yes, they're both in my division, so let's go for that too.
Gracias, éxito.
Liliana Ulloa for KO Artist Sports. My question is also for Lester, if it's okay if I ask it in Spanish. Lester, tuve mucha respuesta a tu video y tienes muchos fans en Guatemala. Háblanos de cómo se siente que la gente te está diciendo que hasta está rezando para que ganes. Y también háblanos de cómo se siente tener a alguien como Christian Billy, que no es un oponente fácil, como un primer reto en una cartelera tan grande.
First of all of Guatemala is behind you. How does it feel to be representing everybody in the country? Everybody happy to be here and also to have Mbili in front of you, a guy that's a really tough opponent.
Bueno, tener enfrente a un boxeador como le es Christian Mbili, seguramente después de esta pelea sé que voy a tener muchos más seguidores de Guatemala y de todo el mundo porque esta pelea se va a prestar para más, para todo lo que se viene más adelante. Y este 13 de septiembre nos vamos a llevar ese título para Guatemala.
I think that having Christian Billy in front of me, it's even more special because that means after a fight like this, we'll have more followers from Guatemala because this one is going to be a good one for tonight and for time to come. And it's a chance for us to take it back to Guatemala.
Giandra LaBeouf, Best Women's Boxing Show, period. My question is for Walsh and Vargas, who are in the co-main. Starting with you, Callum. Boxing walkouts are showing themselves. When you walk to the ring, what do you want fans to feel before the first punch is thrown?
Yeah, you know, I just want fans to know I show up to fight. You know what I mean? I want people to watch my fights because it's going to be entertaining. You know, whether I win, lose, draw, whatever, I want people to know when I'm walking out, they're going to watch a fight and they're going to be entertained.
And Vargas, the same question for you.
You know, every time I fight, you know, you're never in a boring Vargas fight, you know, so it's definitely a proud moment. And that warrior mentality, you know, it's definitely something that we pride ourselves in, and I'm looking forward to Saturday.
Thank
Now,
you, guys.
You see these questions? Those were professional, well thought out questions. Come on, everybody, get your game up. Those are questions.
Hi, my name's Alan Dawson. I've got some questions for the heavyweights on stage. Jermaine, a win for you would be your third in a row, but beyond that, how important would it be for you to show that American heavyweights can close the gap with the recent success that we've seen from Europe's big men?
Well, I'm going to show that, you know, we still in the conversation. You know, I'm back to put us back on the map, and I'm just going to prove that on the 13th. I'm going to fight a good fight, a hard fight, and I'm going to shock the world.
Nice. And Ivan, Ukraine has produced some dominant heavyweights over the last 20 years. How important would it be for you to beat Jermaine and show that you can be the next in line from your region?
Of course, I'm from Kazakhstan, and I think that I'm good heavyweight for this time.
I've got a question for you, Max, as well. You've been around the game and you've seen some, you know, eras, and you've seen some great heavyweight fights. Where do you think the next great heavyweight will come from, or do you think Europe is there to stay?
American football, mainly, has meant that it's unlikely that you get great American heavyweights like you used to, in the proportion that you used to compared to the rest of the world. And we've, you know, and other European sports don't select out for size the way American team sports do, like especially football. So we're more likely to see this kind of ratio of dominance from Europe and other parts of the world compared to the dominance of American heavyweights in the past. By the way, now we're 2 for 2. That's two. Look at these last two questions. Very good. Next.
All right, it's Dom, Team Mo Boxing No Problem. This one is for Mabili. Pro Box, the champions. Sorry guys. What are you gonna do to, you know, stop the momentum of Pro Box champions? Yeah, that's it.
Who is the question directed to?
Mabili.
Oh, Mabili, okay. Mabili.
Just, how do you see your fight ending?
Are you asking him how he sees the fight going?
Yeah.
I think this fight will be a very tough fight. I have a good opponent. Martinez is a very good boxer. I think I have more ability, more experience, and I think on the beginning of the last of the fight will be a great show.
Armando Romo, boxeomundial.com.
Can you speak into the mic? We can't hear you.
Armando Romo, boxeomundial.com. This one's for Fernando in Spanish. Fernando, hemos visto el nombre de Vargas sinónimo con la independencia de México y estos grandes eventos, y no es coincidencia que estás invicto como tu padre cuando entró a estos duelos. ¿Qué tan importante o cuál grande es la responsabilidad de continuar el legado y poner respeto al nombre Vargas y la dinastía?
Fernando, the name Vargas has always been associated and likened to your father and with Mexican Independence Day. And now, how does it feel to just continue this legacy and continue to be undefeated and continue to put on the name and represent Mexico in this very special day?
Es una responsable bien grande, ¿no? Ya sé que mi papá hizo lo que él hizo, pero ya es una diferente era. Ya sé que tengo una gran oportunidad para enseñar mis calidades de peleador. Quiero enseñar que no nomás soy alguien que es un fajador o está buscando por knockout, pero queremos enseñar al público que tenemos boxeo lindo también. Y como dice mi jefe, mi hijo, primero inteligente y luego valiente.
Of course, my dad did what he did. Is this a different era right now? And I have a great opportunity in front of me, and I want to show people the boxing, the technique is not just I'm a flashy guy that goes for knockouts. It's just what my dad always says. First, the smarts, and then keep on going.
There's one or two more.
Hi, my name is Zach with LasVegas.com. This question is for Vargas. Having competed in Vegas before, how does a Vegas fight night compare to anywhere else in the world?
Oh man, fighting in Vegas, I'm home. My dad's from Oxnard, California, but we rep the 702 and I'm proud being from here. And it's a beautiful thing. I mean, how much bigger can it get than a Canelo Crawford, Allegiant, Netflix? I mean, this is a huge honor.
Okay, my next question, Giandra, Best Women's Boxing Show, period, for Steven So Cold Nelson. I wanted to talk to you about your ability to craft costumes. I don't know if enough people know that you created Crawford's look when he defeated Errol Spence. So how do you think helping that skill has helped you as a boxer, helped your hand coordination, eye coordination, and do you think those two skills are related?
Yeah, I have hands of gold. I do everything with my hands. From carpentry to being a pilot to being a mechanic. I'm a man of many talents. So, it brings fun back to boxing. And not just looking for the fight. Sometimes I got fans that don't even watch boxing, and they watch just to see what I'm gonna wear in my next fight. So, I've had the honor to create Buzz uniform for the past 4 years, and I make all my uniforms from flat fabric, so it's fun, it's dope.
And then I have one more question for Brandon Adams, actually, since you're wearing the wig and people thinking that you're old. We're seeing a lot of quote-unquote older fighters come back to the ring. A couple of older legends just announced that they may get back in the ring. Why do you think that narrative is being placed on you?
Sorry, I couldn't hit the end of that.
Why do you think that is being labeled on you when we're seeing a lot of older fighters come back to the ring recently?
I'm not too sure. I can't call it. I was shocked to see that I was called old. It's pretty hard to be called old when you look like this. I mean, you tell me, boy, check. I don't think I look old. I think I look good. Phenomenal shape. We ready.
I think we should all study this for how to show up to a press conference with the wig and then takes off the shirt. He knows what he's doing. All right.
All right, my name's Ray Hanania.
This is the last one.
Ray Hanania from Arab News for Mohammed El Akal. I want to ask him to talk about what brought him here and how he feels he's going to be doing in his fight, and what's the big hurdle for him that he faces?
You hear me? Yeah. Well, I've been working really hard, and I just want to put on a great show in Vegas, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's it? All right, good luck.
All right. We are now going to break this down and stare down the fighters.
I got you. He's good. We need it moving this way for the audience. Let's go Dodgers!
Boxing is the purest form of sport. It is the literal imposition of one man's will on another. That's why boxing's biggest fights are massive cultural events. And when you get two of the greatest fighters who've ever lived, you're about to witness the best moment in sport. And that moment is now upon us.
And I've seen it all. Yeah, they doubted me, but I beat them all.
Terrence Crawford, the best in the world.
He remains undefeated.
I got all the belts on my waist and on my shoulder. This is the Terrence Crawford era.
Who do you want next?
Well, y'all already know who I want.
The undisputed super middleweight champion of the world.
This is a resume that is Hall of Fame worthy.
He's the king of boxing. I'm the greatest the world's and the best to ever do it.
Que esta pelea lo que se ha llevado en torno, lo que la gente ha querido ver, es mucho más grande que las demás.
This is a fight that's been marinating for years. I've been preparing my whole life for this moment. This is one of them fights that will be talked about forever.
Canelo Alvarez, one of the greatest Mexican boxers of all time. All of Mexico is marching with him. Viva Mexico, cabrones!
Terrence Bud Crawford. He is on a whole nother level.
It doesn't get any bigger than this.
This is truly a super fight.
The sport of boxing will change forever.
Detroit players, Tim's for my hooligans in Brooklyn. That's dead right. If they head right, Biggie there, air night. Papa been smooth since days of under rules. Never lose, never choose to. Bruise, cruise, who? Do something to us. Talk, go through us. Girls want to us, wanna do us, screw us. Who us? Yeah, Papa and Pump. Close like Starsky and Hutch. Stick to clutch. Yeah, I squeeze 3 at your cherry M3. Bang every MC easily. Take that. Recently, frontin' ain't saying nothing, so I just speak my peace. Keep my peace. Cubans with the Jesus peace. With my peace. Packing, asking who want it. Get on it. Flaunt it. That Brooklyn book is sweet on it.
Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. Guess that's why they're broken, you're so heavy. Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. Guess that's why they're broken, you're so heavy.
Go, shorty, it's your birthday. We gon' party like it's your birthday. We gon' sip Bacardi like it's your birthday. And you know we don't give up, cause that's your birthday. You'll find me in the club, bottle full of bug. Mama, I got what you need, if you need to fill the bars. I'm in the having sex, I ain't into making love. So come give me a hug, if you're into getting rough. You can find me in the club, bottle full of bug. Mama, I got what you need, if you need to fill the bars. I'm in the having sex, I ain't into making love. So come give me a hug, if you're into getting rough. When I pull up out front, you see the Benz on dub. When I roll 20 deep, it's always drama in the club. Now that I roll with Dre, everybody show me love. When you sell like Eminem, you get plenty of groupie love. Look, homie, ain't nothing changed. Roll down, G's up. I see exhibit in the cutting, man. Roll them trees up. Roll you watch how I move. Mistake before I play up.
What's up, Danger?
This is Saul Canelo Alvarez.
What's up, Danger?
This is Terrence Bud Crawford.
What's up, Danger?
They are the two best boxers in the world. Growing up, fighting became their life's work to turn dreams into destiny.
What's up, Danger?
All hail King Canelo! One of the all-time greats. But Terrence Crawford is one of the best on planet Earth.
How many fighters have ever been called the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world? These are two of them, and they're going to fight.
When two of the greats both claim to be the greatest, there's only one way to find out.
What's up, Danger?
On September 13th, the moment arrives.
Can't stop me now!
Canelo versus Crawford, a true super fight that only comes along once in a lifetime.
What's up, Danger?
And now, for our main event, and a truly once-in-a-lifetime matchup. Undisputed and Ring Magazine's super middleweight titles are on the line in one of the biggest fights in the history of the sport. Up first, one of the best boxers on the planet looks to make his biggest statement. A perfect 41-0 with 31 knockouts. He is a 4-division world champion and the first ever male 2-division undisputed champion of the 4-belt era. He is Ring Magazine's #3 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. It's Omaha, Nebraska's own Terrence Bud Crawford.
They gotta go, we sending them home and giving them something to think about. Yeah, we don't gossip, we don't chit chat. We just stay plotting on that get back. Yeah, y'all can't tell me none. No matter what you do, I swear to God, it's always something. They trying to come for me, I promise, dog, I'm not the one. I really came from none. Look how far I've come. I know I got it, I ain't never doubt it. I put the time in, tell them they can count it. Yeah, I've been grinding, and now they see me shining. The stars aligning, been waiting on my timing. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. I've never been, never break. Let's go, let's go. I really built this from the ground up. Let's go, let's go.
And his opponent, one of the biggest names in all of combat sports. Also a 4-division world champion who is no stranger to headlining boxing's biggest events. He has been in Ring Magazine's top 10 pound-for-pound rankings for nearly a decade. Please put your hands together for the pride of Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, Saul Canelo Alvarez.
Lo digo con tanto orgullo, México es mi corazón. Y si algún día me aleje, yo jamás te olvidaré. Siempre estarás en mi mente, por ti la vida daré. Le doy gracias a Dios, México de mi corazón, por haberme permitido nacer en esta nación. Ay, 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 sí, mexicano soy. Ay, 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 bien mexicano soy. Ay, 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 sí, mexicano soy. Ay, 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 de puro corazón.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for coming out today. We appreciate it. Who's got the first question?
Question for both Canelo and Crawford. This is a different type of fight week than you guys are used to. How's it been like so far during this historic week? And and what's it like fighting at Allegiant Stadium in this historic weekend?
Hey, ask your question again. I don't think anybody heard you.
I said this is a different type of fight week than you're used to. How's it been like so far, and how are you guys feeling 2 days out from one of the biggest fights in the history of sport?
I'm ready for whatever.
Why don't you ask your question again? I don't think anybody heard you. Slow down, sir.
Can you guys hear me? It's a different type of fight week than you both are used to. How has everything been going so far this week, and how are we feeling 2 days out from one of the biggest fights in the history of boxing?
I'm feeling great. You know, I'm ready to go shock the world.
Canelo, you too.
Oh, I feel great. For me, this fight means a lot, and I feel great. Ready. I can't wait for Saturday night. I can't wait for Saturday night, and thank everybody coming to support the event, and I can't wait. I can't wait. Thank you.
And question for Canelo, you've been on the winning end of many historic performances. What will stand out this Saturday night against your performance against Terence Crawford?
You've been on the winning end of many fights in your life. How will this one stand out from all the others?
Oh, no, this fight for me is big. It's one of the biggest fights in my career for sure. Means a lot, this win, and it's going to be in the very top.
Same question for Bud. We think of performances like the Errol Spence Jr. one, man. What will differ this Saturday against Canelo that will stand out amongst the rest as you look to cement yourself amongst the all-time greats in the history of the sport?
Well, anybody can be a nobody. And for what everybody say, I haven't fought anybody. So come Saturday, we're going to all see.
Go ahead, who's next?
Quick one for me in the back on the riser. Canelo, if you can answer this one first. This is also for Bud Crawford. So everyone's been talking about the hype with this fight week and how different it is. And you guys both mentioned about what this can do for the sport of boxing. I wonder what era you guys, this fight can usher in for the sport.
Well, I think fights like this help the sport of boxing, you know, grow in the sense of having the best fight the best. And it ain't gonna do nothing but make the sport better, and the best's gonna start fighting the best.
Yo, another question. This for Terence Crawford. In 2023, you said that this is the Terence Crawford era. After this fight, if you get a win and become the undisputed super middleweight champion of the world, what would that mean for you, and how would that define you all time in boxing?
Well, it's gonna be stamped in the history books, and the debate is gonna be over.
Go ahead, who's next?
Esta pregunta para Canelo y para Eddie, en español. Ricardo López, en la opinión. ¿Qué es lo más difícil de llegar a la cima del boxeo, de ser la máxima estrella del boxeo ya casi por 10 años, Canelo y Eddie?
How's it for you to actually be in this, in one of the greatest fights in boxing history right now for you to be there?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Repítale, señor.
Para ti,
En español, repítemela, por favor.
Repíteme en español,
Para ti y para Eddie, ¿qué es lo más difícil de llegar a ser la mayor estrella del boxeo ya por tanto tiempo, cerca de 10 años?
Sería difícil si no amara al boxeo, ¿no? Para mí, no quiere decir que sea fácil, pero para mí no ha sido tan difícil como se ve. ¿Por qué? Porque siempre he respetado, he amado lo que hago, que es el boxeo, con la disciplina, con las ganas de ser alguien en la vida. Me ha llevado hasta donde estoy, nada más por el amor al boxeo. Y creo que sería más difícil si no me gustara lo que hago. Entonces,
It hasn't been hard to dominate boxing for the past 10 years if I didn't love boxing, if I didn't love this sport, if I didn't dedicate myself, and I didn't think of being someone every day and being the best. It would be really hard, but I don't. I love this sport. It would be difficult if I didn't love this sport as much as I do.
no quiere decir que sea fácil. Se requiere mucha disciplina, muchos sacrificios y que de verdad ames lo que haces.
It does not mean it's easy. It involves a lot of effort, a lot of sacrifice, and that you love what you do.
Eddie?
Para Eddie lo mismo.
Pues prácticamente lo dijo Saúl todo, es amar lo que haces y hacer mucho sacrificio, pero realmente todo es difícil en la vida, pero cuando lo amas pues se hace menos complicado. Nada más hay que tener mucha disciplina.
Is as Saul said, if you love what you do, it is not difficult. When you love what you do, things might be difficult, but if you keep on the effort and you keep on the discipline, it becomes easier.
Go ahead, who's got the neck? Go ahead, sir.
Radio Raheem down here for Canelo.
as big as this fight is, as much anticipation as there has been, pundits and fans still will call for David Benavidez once this fight is done. Is that a fight that you can see happening before the end of your career?
Look, I never say no to anything. We'll see later. But I'm focused 100% on this fight.
You brought Boots Innocent to camp. A lot has been made of that. Can you tell us what he contributed to training for Terence Crawford and what stylistically you were able to work on?
I always have great partners in the gym. Is good because you always want a good sparring partners there, good partners in the gyms and the gym. And we have history. His older brother Derek Ennis helped me when I fought Shane Mosley. So we have history there in the family, and I'm glad he came to the camp and give me some good work.
Thank you. Go ahead, sir.
Maru Kakopian with Ring Magazine. My first question is for Saul. Saul, a lot of people are saying you're past your prime, you can't knock out anyone, but Eddie Reynoso is saying this is the best you've looked in 20 years. What kind of a performance are you promising on Saturday night?
No, my best performance. I'm gonna put everything I have there in this fight, and you're gonna see all my elements there in the fight.
Eddie said it's going to be a knockout, so we have to ask, what round?
Oh, you know, it's very difficult to say that. I prepare myself for everything, and you know, you have one of the best fighters facing one of the best fighters too. But I'm gonna put all my elements. If the knockout come, good. If not, I'm gonna show why I'm the best.
And my question for Terence. Terence, we've seen Canelo get close scorecards. He got a draw against Mayweather. He got razor-thin decisions against Gennady Golovkin. How confident are you that you could get a decision if you clearly beat him?
Listen, that's not my focus. My focus is go out there and do what I do best, and that's win the fight decisively, and that's what I'm looking forward to do come Saturday.
We're on a global stage here on Netflix. A lot of people might not know your backstory, how you survived the shooting. How has that shaped your entire career and life after that?
Listen, like I said before, I'm here for a reason, and God don't make no mistakes.
And one last one for you, Dana. You're now officially promoting boxing shows. We have UFC lightweight champion Ilya Topuria saying he's going to knock out Terence Crawford. Can we expect some crossover boxing matches like you did with Mayweather-McGregor moving forward?
I certainly hope not.
Good evening, everybody. A couple questions for Dana. Dana, this fight, as you said earlier in the week, is set to be the third highest gate in combat sports history, the second biggest gate you've promoted alongside Mayweather-McGregor. The top 5 gates in combat sports history come in boxing, and they come in the last 10 years. So my question to you is, why then do you want to make sweeping changes to the Muhammad Ali Reform Act that is meant to protect fighters to bring about a business model that currently has your company already paid out $375 million in antitrust lawsuits and has 2 potential pending class action lawsuits on the way as well?
Well, this is obviously a long discussion. If you want to talk to me about that, set up an interview. This isn't about me and my business. It's about these 2 guys on Saturday night.
My follow-up, Dana. Earlier this week, the California State Athletic Commission had a hearing about TKO trying to bring those changes to the Ali Act, and it was postponed 3 months.
Listen, I get it. You want to showboat right now. Set up an interview with me if this is really what you want to talk about.
It's America, baby.
If you have
First
questions
Amendment.
for these 2, ask them and you can set up an interview with me.
Dana, my follow-up is, if TKO can't make those changes to the Ali Act, will you still invest in the sport of boxing? Will you compete in the market?
Listen, if you want to be an asshole, let's do it in private and we can do an interview.
Yes or
if
no?
you want to showboat, I get it. If you have questions for these two that are fighting on Saturday, that's a different story.
Fight.
This isn't a discussion to have at a press conference for these two that are going to fight on Saturday, two legends. If you want to set up an interview with me and ask me these questions, let's do it one-on-one.
Sounds
and
good.
you can ask me anything you want.
All right. Well, Terrence and Saul have a good fight.
Yeah, you have a question for these two?
No.
No? Beat it. Go ahead. Who's next?
We have a ring in the gym, buddy.
Go ahead. Do you have a question?
¿Qué tal, Canelo? Cristina Ibáñez, Sensacine Latam. A lo largo de tu carrera te hemos visto salir acompañado de distintas figuras de la música y el entretenimiento. ¿Nos podrías adelantar con quién vas a caminar este sábado y qué significa para ti?
Canelo, throughout your career, you've been followed obviously by a lot of personalities, entertainment and music, and they have walked out with you and been with you. Can you maybe give us a peek of who could be here this Saturday?
Este sábado solamente vamos a caminar mi equipo y yo, porque este momento lo hemos esperado toda mi carrera y quiero que sea mi equipo y yo nada más.
This Saturday, we're walking out, just myself and the team. This moment we've been waiting for my whole life. So it's going to be myself and the team, just us.
¿Y qué tan importante es para ti regalarle a tu público mexicano aquí en México un momento de orgullo ahorita con tanto que está pasando?
And how important it is for you to deliver on a promise for all the Mexican people, a proud moment with everything that's going on?
No, siempre para mí representar a mi país me enorgullece muchísimo. Soy muy orgulloso de mis raíces mexicanas y de verdad que me siento muy orgulloso de representarlos y más en momentos tan difíciles, pero siempre he dicho que cuando se viene algo difícil es porque viene algo mejor, así que hay que tener paciencia y darle para adelante siempre.
Always been very proud to represent my people, my roots, and my origins, and everybody knows how proud I am to be Mexican, to represent the country. And I'll tell you what, difficult moments mean great moments are coming, and great moments are coming for all of us.
My name is Kenny Bayless, and I'm with the official call. I would just like to make a quick statement. I've refereed both of you, and I would like to say, good luck, fight hard, show your skills, and God bless you both on Saturday night.
Thank you. Thank you, my
Appreciate
man.
it.
Go ahead, sir.
¿Qué tal? ¿Qué tal? Muy buenas noches. A ver, ¿qué tal el grito de los mexicanos?
¡Viva México, cabrones!
¿Cómo estás, Saúl? Buenas noches. Oye, Eddie, también, ¿qué se siente ser la figura del boxeo global? Van a vender más de 50, 55 millones de dólares para el estadio de los Raiders. ¿Qué se siente, Saúl, Eddie?
For Saul and for Eddie, how do you feel to be such global legends in boxing? There are going to be a lot of people. The gate is going to be one of the highest in history. How do you feel to be such global stars in boxing, in the face of boxing?
Me siento muy contento, la verdad que, como si lo he dicho últimamente, estoy viviendo mi sueño. Estoy viviendo mi sueño y me siento muy orgulloso de eso, de saber de dónde vengo, que me ha hecho muy feliz de dónde vengo y llegar hasta donde estoy. Creo que para mí es un parteaguas para saber que se vienen cosas más grandes en mi vida y agradecido con la vida de todo lo que me ha regalado, de todo lo que me ha puesto en el camino para poder aprender, para poder llegar a estas alturas y agradecidos con todos los que han estado a mi lado, los que se han ido, los que se han quedado, porque todos me han enseñado y agradecido con todos y cada uno de la gente que siempre ha estado conmigo. Muchas gracias.
Very happy, and I've been telling people lately, I've been living my dream. I'm very grateful for the opportunities, for everything that I've had, and everything I know where I came from and where I've been, and we're working. I think that this is a moment for me, just a different moment in which, you know, the parting of waters right here, and so we can go towards bigger and better things. I am grateful for everyone that has been along the way, those who have stayed, those who have gone, but I've learned lessons from every single one of them. I'm very grateful and very proud.
Nice job.
Gracias, querido.
Good? Go ahead, sir.
And for Terrence, are you ready to feel the Mexican power, Terrence?
Oh, yeah. I'm ready.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Cynthia Gonte, Best Women's Boxing Show, period. This question is for both of you, Canelo and Terrence. Canelo, you are a two-time undisputed king, and Terrence, you're a two-division undisputed king. Being undisputed isn't just about belts, it's about legacy. What does greatness mean to you now as you're about to go on the biggest stage of both of your lives on Netflix?
Well,
what does greatness mean to you now?
greatness means everything to me now because I got something to do once again that no other fighter has ever done before. And that's become 3-time undisputed champion in the male division. My girl Clarissa, she did it in the female division, but I was the first one to do it in the male division for 2 times, and I'm gonna be the first one to do it 3 times.
And Saul?
Oh, greatness means this. No, being in big fights, winning, and make all the accomplish I already did. So I'm very glad with my career, and I'm gonna continue to do it.
Real fast. Terrence, are you rocking your black Air Force Ones tonight?
No, I got my whites on. I got my whites on.
Best of luck to you both.
Go ahead, sir.
Hi, this is Alan Dawson. I've got questions for both. For Canelo first. When Crawford was first rumored to be an opponent for yourself, you seemed to dismiss him, saying he'd be too small and you wouldn't get credit for taking him on. What changed, and why did you take this fight after previously thinking you wouldn't get the credit for the win?
You know, at the beginning when everybody start talking about the fight, I never have it in mind, no? But after a lot of talk and when they really come and offer me the fight, and you can see how big is this fight, no? Because everybody's involved, and Netflix, Riyadh season, everybody involved around the fight. You can see how big it is. And 2 of the best fighters in this era fighting each other. You can see how big it is. And we need to thank Riyadh season and Turkey Al-Ashi and the Crown Prince Mohammed, because they can put this fight in Saudi Arabia, and they choose put this fight here for the Mexican people, for the American people. So we need to. I'm very grateful with that because you guys can enjoy this fight, once in a lifetime fight.
Thank you. Question for Bud. I go back to 2023. What you did to Errol Spence was one of the most impressive performances I've ever seen. I remember when you were telling me before that fight, you were confident you could beat Errol in anything, basketball, whatever he name it. Are you as confident you could beat Saul in boxing, strength, fitness on Saturday night?
Absolutely. The only thing he probably can beat me in is horseback riding, because I don't ride horses. But anything else, he don't come close.
Just a quick one for Dana. A narrative going into this fight. Obviously, this is a super fight, but this is also a coming out party for yourself and TKO. But you've been on this big stage before 8 years ago, Conor McGregor, Floyd Mayweather. Are there any similarities or differences in this promotion compared to that big one?
Yeah, it's very different. Obviously, it was MMA versus boxing. We went on an incredible world tour. This fight, I mean, when you have a guy who's jumping up 2 weight classes and already is considered the best, in the world in his division, taking on somebody like Canelo. When Sheikh Turkey asked me to be a part of this thing, there's absolutely no way you wouldn't do it. And I've enjoyed working with both camps and both of these guys. And as we get closer, the energy, and as you start really, everybody starts breaking down the fight and talking about all the attributes, it's going to be an incredible fight on Saturday night, and I'm honored to be here. Thank you. Go ahead, ma'am.
Giandra LaBeouf, Best Women's Boxing Show, period. My question is for Brian Bomac McIntyre. Everybody has their theory about how this fight is going to go. What do you think is the most overhyped thing you've heard about Canelo and preparing Bud for the fight?
There's nothing really overhyped about him. He's a great fighter. Or else he wouldn't be here today. But, I just think we the better fighter.
My next question is for Canelo. A lot of people are saying this is a 50-50 fight. Do you take this as respect for both of you, or do you take it as disrespectful that anyone would think that he's on the level you've placed yourself on?
No, I think they're right. Two of the best pound-for-pound fighters fighting each other is for a reason, and they're right. And I prepare myself because I know what I need to bring Saturday night.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Two questions. First for Terrence. Terrence, there's a lot of X's and O's and assumptions around this fight. Come Saturday, what are you most concerned with?
Nothing. Nothing. We did all the preparation that we needed to do in the ring. We know Canelo is a tough task. We know everything about him. We know what we up against. And that's another reason why we took this fight, because this is what Legends is made from, is taking the chances and the risks like we're doing right now.
My second question is actually for Mr. Al-Sheikh. You've put on promotions all around the world, and this is your first big one here in Las Vegas. What do you make of the city that has such a storied history in boxing and its own legendary history when it comes to big fights? One more time.
Different atmosphere with great company, with great platform, with two legends.
Thank you.
Go ahead, sir.
First question is for Canelo. Canelo, you're the only active fighter that's made blockbuster deals with every single major promoter and platform. What are you most proud of? What you've accomplished in the ring, or the business blueprint you're laying for future Mexican stars?
I'm proud about everything because I'm very disciplined, very responsible person, so respectful person too. I can work with everybody and they know I'm guaranteed because I'm loyal and I'm hard worker.
And my last question is for Bomac and Bud. The last time we seen you in a hostile environment like this was the Errol Spence weigh-in, and you made sure to tell everybody that you get active. So for the Canelo fans that might not know what that means, explain what getting active means.
You know, it's crazy because where I'm from, they say BTA, belt the ass. But I tell them I'm the buckle. It hurt more.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Liliana Ulloa for KO Art Sports. Mi pregunta es para Eddie Reynoso. Eddie, hace poco tuvimos a Juan Manuel Márquez que hizo una cuestión al legado de Canelo Álvarez. Después de 10 años, como dijeron los demás medios, ¿qué tiene que hacer Canelo Álvarez que lo reconozcan los ex campeones mexicanos?
Eddie, so for the past 10 years, what does Saul have to do to recognize all the Mexican champions? Go ahead, 10 years.
Absolutamente no tiene que hacer nada. Los números hablan. Ahora la gente que está hablando y no reconoce esos números, y más siendo boxeadores, quiere decir que están ciegos. Esa no, o que quedaron mal, porque imagínate todo lo que ha ganado Saúl y todavía le ponen pero. Creo que ahí están mal y no necesitamos demostrar nada. Creo que 20 años de carrera, el día que se retire se van a escribir con letras de oro.
I think Saul does not have to prove anything to people. We have proven to people. The numbers are there. The stats are there. 20 years together. The past years have shown that he is one of the best. We don't have to prove to anybody. And when he retires, he's going to retire with a heart of gold.
Go ahead, sir.
Acá Ibrahim Mayoral de La Voz de la Frontera. Saúl, preguntarte, a lo largo de tu carrera has recibido muchas críticas, comentarios buenos y malos. ¿Tú crees que la afición mexicana va a valorar la carrera de Canelo Álvarez mucho más cuando te retires?
So throughout your career, you've heard criticism and praise from everyone. But throughout right now, so do you think that after this is said and done and you retire, do you think that the Mexican people will consider Canelo Alvarez the best?
Mira, la verdad es que no lo sé. Si van a estar contentos o no la gente que nunca está contenta. Y la verdad es que no me preocupa mucho tampoco, ¿no? Porque al final de cuentas para mí son opiniones. Porque si me hubiera preocupado mucho desde ese entonces, imagínate, no hubiera logrado nada, ¿no? Me hubiera puesto a quejarme o victimizarme de, no, ¿y por qué hablan mal de mí? Y no me reconocen. Y no es... Al final de cuentas siempre me he enfocado en mi objetivo y estoy aquí por una razón. Si fuera fácil, todos pudieran estar aquí.
I don't really care for what they say. I don't know if they're going to be to praise me or criticize me when it's all said and done. And you know what? I don't listen to it because if I had listened to people throughout my career, I would have not worked as hard as I do and achieved all that I've done. I've focused on the job at hand, and that's why I've accomplished what I've accomplished. I just basically powered through and didn't matter what they said.
Gracias.
Thank you, sir. Go ahead, sir.
This question is for Canelo, Crawford, and you, Dana. This is a match of a lifetime. How does it feel to make history as the first boxing match in Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas?
I agree with you 100%. For me, it's incredible. Canelo?
For me, it's amazing. It's one of my biggest fights. You know, everything around is big. And you can notice how big is this fight. And I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be here. One more for me.
For me, it feels great for one reason. A lot of people for years always ran with this narrative that I fight nobodies, I can't sell, I don't have a personality, I'm this, I'm that, all these negative things. And look at all this, to see me fight Canelo. What can they say now?
Thank you.
Thank you. Go ahead, sir.
Saúl, Adán Quintana de Archivo de Cancha. Saúl, pareciera que ya no tienes absolutamente nada que demostrar, lo has ganado absolutamente todo. ¿Qué es lo que te mantiene motivado para seguir aceptando o buscando este tipo de retos?
So you have nothing else to show or to prove. You've done everything. What keeps you motivated to continue to tackle these challenges?
Este tipo de retos, este tipo de peleas, grandes peleas, hacer historia es lo que me mantiene motivado. Amo el boxeo, sigo disfrutando mucho mis campamentos, sigo disfrutando mucho el entrenamiento, las peleas, y esto es lo que me mantiene motivado, estas peleas grandes.
These fights, these stages, these big fights, it's making history. That's what keeps me motivated. I love my camp. I love doing camp. I love going through camps for this. This is what keeps me motivated.
Thank you, sir. Go ahead.
I'm Andreas from Boxing Magazine, and 20 years ago, from Chololo, Larios, Jalisco, Mexico. How you feel about that? What a journey. But athletic, Denver, when you close your eyes in front of these people right now, both fighters have achieved amazing thing. 20 years against 70 years of big career. How do you feel, Canelo?
I feel blessed. I feel blessed because since that day, I put this in my mind. This just what happened right now. So, and I just feel blessed.
Thank you. And Bud?
I feel great. I feel blessed. You know, it's been a long time coming. It's been long overdue. And come Saturday, I'm going to show the world what they've been missing out on.
Thank you. Have a great fight. Let's go.
Thank you, sir. Go ahead.
Tengo una pregunta para Saúl. Canelo, los últimos años de tu carrera la has pasado preparándote para rivales que son iguales o más grandes que tú naturalmente. En este caso, has tenido que volver al pasado y prepararte para un rival mucho más ligero que posiblemente traiga una movilidad similar a tu último rival. ¿Cómo fue la preparación para evitar que no suceda lo que ocurrió en tu última pelea?
Saul, you spend your entire life pretty much preparing for people that are going to be bigger than you, and this time, as a blast from the past, you're looking at training somebody who's more mobile, faster. What did you have to do, and what do you have to do for things on Saturday to be different than your last fight?
Sabes, ya no había necesitado de muchas cosas de mi boxeo para este tipo de peleadores, obviamente, porque estaban más grandes que yo, más pesados que yo, pero ahora tuvimos que regresar a lo básico, ¿no? Hacer lo que sabemos hacer, repasar todo lo que sabemos hacer, la rapidez, la fortaleza, el movimiento de cintura, las piernas. Trabajamos en todo para esta pelea porque sabemos que lo vamos a necesitar.
For quite some time, I didn't have to use many of these elements because the fighters are always bigger. And now we had to go back to the basics. Look at the speed, look at the power, look at the movement, the hips, everything else. And we know what we need to do to win.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Go ahead, sir.
¿Qué tal? Buenas noches. For both fighters, Canelo, please answer in Spanish. Of course, you both are right now future Hall of Famers, but also the end of your careers is more near than the start. How nostalgic are both of you that with all those great achievements, this is one of the last great fights that you both have?
Well, we don't know. We don't know if it's going to be the last
Spanish.
big fight. No sabemos si va a ser la última pelea grande que, en lo personal, yo voy a hablar por mí, que voy a tener, ¿no? Porque no sabemos lo que nos depara el destino. Vamos a disfrutar esta, pero lo que sí te puedo decir es que estoy muy orgulloso, me siento muy orgulloso de poder estar en una pelea grande, como lo he estado en muchas, y por eso te digo que no puedo decirte si va a ser la última, pero hay que disfrutar de esta que tenemos, que es una pelea única en la vida.
I don't know what's ahead. I can't speak. I mean, speaking myself personally, I don't know if this isn't the biggest fight, if not great things lie ahead. I'll tell you what, I'm focused on this fight. All I care about is this fight right now, and I'm just enjoying this historic fight and this opportunity. I'm enjoying this one because we don't know about the future and what lies ahead. Terrence? A usted también. Terrence?
Your answer, Terrence.
Tell him the question.
You right now, after a long career, even though this is a great fight, you're near more towards the end of your career than the start. How nostalgic are you about this, and how do you feel about the fact that this is probably the last great big fight and possibly one of the greatest fights you've ever seen?
Well, really, I'm not focused on that right now. You know, I'm focused on the task at hand. I'm dialed in. You know, my only mission is Canelo. That's it.
Thank you, sir. Go ahead, sir.
William King, 95.7 The Boss out of Omaha. Bomac, with the victory on Saturday, where will this submit you in regards to being one of the greatest trainers?
He said, where is Omaha? It's in Nebraska, fool. Hey, listen. My motto for me as a trainer is always put my head down and work. The accolades gonna come. So, as far as me being what you say, we don't care nothing about that, man. We just want to work.
But everybody's been running from you. Everybody's been running from you. I've been seeing you chase Spence for almost a couple years. What does it feel to have this opportunity that Canelo said yes? And Canelo, why did you say yes to Bud in this fight? Thank you.
It feels great. You know, for me, it couldn't happen at a better time. You know, this is my time, like I've been saying, and come Saturday, I'm just gonna show the world. That's it.
No, I like to share the ring with the great fighters. That's why.
I'm going to take two more questions. Go ahead, sir.
Por acá, Saúl Elías Quijada de High Sport, Posta Deporte y Marca Claro. Preguntarte, ¿es Saúl el Canelo Álvarez el boxeador más grande en la historia de México?
Saúl, is Saúl Canelo Álvarez the greatest boxer in the history of Mexico?
Mira, la verdad es que no soy yo quien te pueda contestar esa pregunta. Al final de mi carrera es que mis números te la contesten.
Listen, it's not
Pero sí me siento muy contento, orgulloso de que ya soy uno de los mejores.
Listen, I'm not the one to answer this question. At the end of my career, my numbers are going to speak for me. And I'll tell you what, I'm very, very happy and very grateful for what I've done so far.
All right, this is the last question. Go ahead, sir.
Ok, ¿qué tal? Chava Rodríguez de ESPN Knockout. Esta pregunta es para el jeque Turki Al-Sheikh. Es evidente que ha sacudido la industria del boxeo. Es evidente que está haciendo historia con esta pelea. Pero este sábado también pudiera pasar como el primer hombre en que consagre a Saúl Canelo Álvarez como el primer deportista nacido en México con un sueldo garantizado de $100 millones.
His Excellency, you have the opportunity to disrupt the sport. Great things in the sport, changing the sport and being a part of history now.
¿Por qué me le bajas a la bolsa si le estoy peleando más y tú me le estás bajando?
100 millones al menos, pues.
If you have an opportunity this Saturday to give Canelo Alvarez $100 million, why not?
I'm just kidding.
What is the question again, please? What?
¿Quieres preguntar para que preguntarlo de nuevo?
Claro que sí. Usted podría pasar a la historia este sábado también como la persona que consagró a Saúl Canelo Álvarez como el primer deportista nacido en México con una bolsa garantizada de al menos, ahí está Canelo, $100 millones.
You can be on Saturday the historic person that will award Saúl Canelo Álvarez for the first time a Mexican sports figure with a guaranteed purse of at least $100 million. How do you feel about that?
No, you get the number wrong. The contract between us and Canelo more than that.
Los números están malos. El contrato es un poquito más grande que eso.
Felicidades, Canelo.
Yeah, congrats, Canelo. Taking them belts and all that stuff, too. But shout out to all my Latino and Mexican fans, because I know y'all out there, too. I appreciate y'all. I know some of y'all over there booing, but I still got some of y'all out there that support Team Crawford. And I would like everyone to give Turki Al-Sheikh a hand and a round of applause, because without him, none of this would be possible. So thank you, Turki. Appreciate you.
All right, let me pick up where Bud just left off. I see you, Shakur. Look, what does it feel like? A lot of boxing fans here. So I'm a boxing fan. I know what this feels like. It feels like your birthday or it's a holiday or something. You're about to open a present when you get a fight like this. Am I right? It feels so... Let me tell you why boxing might be entering a golden age right now, and this super fight, which is the biggest fight in a decade, might set it off. Because you all love boxing, right? I mean, especially Mexican and Mexican-American fans, you've been keeping boxing alive. And for the first time in so long, the people bringing you this present love boxing. Let me start with His Excellency, Turki Al-Sheikh. Let me start with him, because if he's never born, none of us are here right now. This was his idea. And then Dana White. Dana White is the greatest combat sports promoter in my lifetime. He built an institution. You know why boxing's not as popular as it used to be anymore, right? UFC is really popular. That's because of Dana White. He built something like the NBA. Stop now, because he's about to do it for boxing again. For boxing now. You want an NBA or an NFL in boxing? Here it comes. Because he knows how to build an institution. And how do you do that?
Hey, Max. Boxing is always bigger and big. Don't say boxing is not big enough. Boxing is big. You know how big is boxing.
Should it get bigger, yes or no?
Should it get bigger, Canelo?
Yeah, maybe it's gonna be bigger, but look, boxing is always big and big and bigger and bigger and bigger. We need to talk about that too. Boxing is boxing.
I love Canelo in English, by the way. I love
Boxing
it.
is boxing.
No lies. No lies.
Comparison.
So how do you do it?
There.
So how do you do it? You have someone like...
My respect for all of their sport. Great job, everything, but boxing is boxing.
You have someone like Turki Al-Sheikh. You have someone like Dana White. And then you go out and get the most competent executive there is. That's Nick Khan. WWE's own Nick Khan. Guys, this is who's bringing you the event. This event will be the most watched boxing match. I mean, championship level boxing match. I see you, Lennox. Championship level boxing match in almost 50 years because of Netflix. More people will watch this than any fight since Muhammad Ali fought Leon Spinks in 1978. And what we have here are two of the all-time greats. Canelo Alvarez is not just one of the greatest fighters in the history of Mexico, he's one of the greatest fighters, period. And when you're being compared to Mexican legends like Julio Cesar Chavez and Salvador Sanchez, you know you've done something right. And Terence Crawford, let's be honest, has never come close to losing a fight in his entire career. He's never come close. When people my age tell you about Hagler and Leonard and Duran and Tommy Hearns and those kind of fighters, and by the way, Sanchez and Gomez and the great fights from years ago, this is one of those, and you're all a part of it. Canelo, you have anything else to say?
You're right there.
Bud?
See y'all tomorrow.
Before we go, I can't hear the chant. What are they chanting?
Come on. Hayete. I ain't loud enough. Speak up. Speak up.
Before we go, I want the man who's responsible for all this, for making this happen, His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh, to say a few words.
First of all, hello everyone. I hope you enjoy Saturday, one of the greatest fight ever in history of boxing. Two legends in the big platform in the world, Netflix. I want to go for a second for the history back forward, and I want to talk about event some guy here in the same table with me responsible about it in 10 years ago. They name it the biggest fight in the history of boxing. I mean Richard. Richard, say hi to Richard. Richard have the record, the best 3 record doing event in the history of boxing. And he's the manager of Canelo. In 1915, they say this is the biggest fight in the history of boxing, and I remember I was very mad to paying $100 for this boring match or fight. Tomorrow, after tomorrow, and Saturday, we will see one of the 2 greatest fighters of all times. The king of boxing, the king of his division, Canelo Alvarez, the face of boxing now, or trainers but Crawford, undefeated, who have maybe making the history for the first time, 3-time undisputed in 3 divisions.
You wish.
I must say it. They talk a lot about the knee of Canelo. They talk a lot of the shoulder of Crawford. It is all rumor, it's not truth. And I want to say something. Thank you also to Canelo to accept this fight and accept to do it. And honestly, we signed with the Canelo the biggest history contracts ever happened in boxing for 3 fights. In Saturday, I hope to see great fight. They will give everything, and I hope, first of all, their safety. And in the end, I have a small question for Ash. You believe what I am saying now?
No, Your Excellency, I don't believe you.
Of course not. I want to see Saturday blood, smashing faces, and broken bones.
That's the point, right?
This is the pain.
And the new! And the new!
And the new, el nuevo. There is big surprise from Dana White. He will announce it now.
Thanks for coming out tonight, everybody. We appreciate it. We're going to face these guys off for photo ops. We'll see you at the weigh-ins.
There's no backing out. You gonna feel it. guys. Make a hole. Make a hole. Make a hole.
En esta tierra tan bella, yo nací en un día de sol. Me siento tan bendecido poder decir mexicano soy. Un enorme